Now you can do that. Well, here we are. Here we are again. That was Bloom Dido, Charlie Parker tune. Here we are again at another live stream brought to you by Guitar College, I guess, and Wes and Gail Severson. So today we are going to be doing several things. So we got Wes working the cameras.
Am I on? Am I on? Yeah, I am.
Are you on?
Thank God. Yeah.
And Gail's over working the message board. Say hi, Gail. Anyway, looks like we already have a lot of viewers, Wes.
Yeah.
That's
definitely.
cool. Yeah. So, yeah, we're going to explore this guitar today. And we're going to talk about several other things, of which I can't remember at the moment, but I know we got a bunch of things in store. Wes, what do we have in store?
I don't know. You said you had a bunch of stuff in store just now. I'm just like, we have a regular show. You have all this stuff. What? You're losing your memory?
Yes.
Or you just never had one to begin with. I think that's the
Memory almost full. I like that Paul McCartney.
Yeah, you need a little more
Record.
RAM space in that brain.
Hey, you can ram it. Hey, yes, I do. I do need a little more RAM. Coconut oil. Need to take your coconut oil. Build up the fat. I guess you need fat for your brain to communicate with the neutrons.
Yeah, I've been taking just a couple spoonfuls of olive oil every day. It's really good for you.
Olive oil.
Yeah.
Oh, olive oil.
Yeah.
Huh, that's good. I like olive oil. I think it's got to love it on when you cook it on popcorn. I like popcorn. So yeah, what are we going to do, Wes? We're going to talk about several other things. This Johnny Smith, of course. We're going to compare it to our Artist Award, and we're going to talk about the Jazz Fest and a couple other deals, and maybe some music stuff. And that's about it. And see who's here. Look at it. We got a lot of people.
Yeah, we do got
Who's here?
a lot of people. So Enzo Pafumi says he just got a 69 Cherry Burst Johnny Smith, which is pretty
nice.
awesome.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what this is, this Cherry Burst.
Yeah, and then Eddie Davis is here and is asking, are you going to play Moonlight in Vermont?
Well, I hadn't planned on it, but I could play that.
Yeah. And then Jack, American Dreamer, he's from Italy.
American Dreamer.
He says he loves our live streams.
Thank you.
He loves the USA.
Oh, yes.
Loves blues music. Loves John Mayer. And then he says,
Cool.
Here in Italy, my city, I not have friends and a girl, and nobody wants to listen to me play guitar. And I hope to see you and be your friend and jam together one day. That's my dream. That's what he said.
Well, I have a student in Italy. I don't know what town he's in, but I could give you his email sometime if you want. Email me and I'll get it to you.
Yeah.
Italy's a small town, place, isn't it?
Yeah, and then Robert Douglas is here. Gordon's here from Birmingham. Mike Tinsley.
Hey, Mike. What's happening, Mike?
David Bronson in Utah.
Dave.
Yeah, Greg Woodcock's over in the Philippines. He was just asking about picks, and he's getting a D'Angelico from Japan.
Oh, really?
He doesn't have a guitar right now, yeah.
Oh, geez, you got to have a guitar.
Yeah,
man.
hey, Greg,
Jeez.
glad you could join us. Big Steve from over in Olympia. Richard
Big
Jenkins
Steve.
in Albert Lee. Mark Larkins.
Albert Lee.
Hey, Mark.
The Blue Zone.
John Burkhart in South Dakota. Al is here. Tom Colhane in Connecticut. Doug B is in the house. Bob Sheldon, aloha from, I'm guessing, Hawaii. Yeah.
I would think so.
Lachlan's here, says, see you in Cambria. Yep, 2 weeks away tomorrow. 2 weeks from
Are
tomorrow.
you kidding?
Yeah.
Holy crap, we got to get our shit together.
I mean, I got my shit together. I don't know
God
about you.
dang
If
it.
I don't stay on you. God dang.
I'm nervous wreck.
But yet you still don't do anything.
What are you talking about? Don't do anything. Who arranged all the concert stuff?
Oh, ooh, I could have done that in my sleep.
I went and passed out all those flyers.
Oh, wow. Look
Hey,
at
show
you.
him the
Wow,
flyer
look
that
at
you made for the workshop.
I got one thing at a time, man. Come on. You got a bunch of... Which workshop? What are you talking about?
The workshop in June.
All right, that's coming up. There's a tease for you guys.
Tease.
Goran is here. Jim Rolfe, Junior Pilot. Yeah, that's about it. If I missed your name, Anita. Hi, Anita. How's it going? Bradford Hunt. Johnny Smith was always my favorite. My choice would be Made with a Flaxen Hair. Made with the Flaxen Hair. Is that a tune by him?
I don't know.
Foxtrot says cooking in California. Yep. Barry
Okay.
Cole.
It's happening.
and
Jim Rolfe's here. Hi, Jim.
Gabriel is in London.
Olive oil.
Yeah.
Olive oil.
Awesome.
Using brag. Okay.
All right.
All right. Let's. So this is. Let's get into this guitar, shall we?
Yep.
This is a 72 Johnny Smith. And the Johnny Smith is like an L5, except it's a little thinner, 3 inches body depth, 17-inch lower bout. This thing is in really nice shape. I mean, really nice. Now, the pick guard and the pickup is not original. They gassed off and ruined everything. I don't know why it didn't ruin this. I don't think this is a reproduction. I think this is the original. I could be wrong, but gosh, it's got the top buster thing in there and everything, so it's fine. It's never been refretted. The frets are fine. I just had the frets leveled on it, and let's take a look at this all around. 72 was the Norland year. I don't know. I'll have to look that up because it doesn't have the volute. Look at how nice this neck is. I mean, there's not a spot on it. The guitar, like a lot of guitars, spend a lot of time in its case. And then, of course, the pick guard gasses off, ruins everything. But luckily, none of the binding is ruined. And there you have it. Now, it doesn't have a tone control. It's got the L5 bridge. Oops, I still have this little piece of tape on here. It doesn't, and that's the original bridge. Now, one thing that did happen to this, somebody adjusted the truss rod so tight that it busted, the nut busted off. So the guy I got it from, who's a dealer, he said, I bought this special tool that rethreads the truss rod so you can screw a new bolt on it. And so the truss rod, the bolt is not where it normally is. It's back about, at the most a ½ inch. That's it. Fret-wise, like I said, I had them leveled out. There were a couple of high frets. And then once again, I have the action so low that that most people are going to raise the action. So the other thing about a Johnny Smith, it's got the pitch of the neck relation to the body it's a little steeper. So in other words, the neck is just a little bit closer this way. Therefore, the pitch on the bridge is bigger. And it's got the Super 400 headstock.
Yeah, thing's really nice, man.
Isn't it? God dang it. So, I don't know. Gail wants me to keep it.
Hey, can you turn that up a little bit?
Oh, the guitar?
No, the knob on the thing, the receiver.
This?
Yeah. Talk about that chord. That is the weirdest thing.
Yeah, it's got this jack here. This is what they did, so you didn't have to drill any holes in here. And this was done before they put end pin jacks. But so it's a 1/8 inch cord here. So again, this is all new electronics and pot. Seymour Duncan, Johnny Smith. This I'm sure is new too. So it doesn't have a tone control, so you adjust it at the amp and leave it. And that's about it. Anyway, yeah, that was for you, Eddie. Moonlight in Vermont. So, yeah, Johnny Smith would do these real tight voicings, which there's no way I can do those, you know. There might have been a time once in my life that I could have done that, but no longer. So, but yeah, Johnny was quite a guitar player, wasn't he? So on our website, I haven't listed this yet. By the way, where's Joel? Joel should be on here. He's the one that wants to. He's so curious about this thing. Anyway, it's got the 5-piece neck, just like an L5, and it's 1 3/4 inch nut width. So, and it's also 25-inch scale, not 25.5. So frets are a little tiny closer together. And there you have it. So I have thought about taking this out because it's a little cumbersome and putting a end pin jack in, but that means you got to drill out this beautiful tailpiece a little bit, and it's hard to do, and I don't know. And then I thought, well, maybe I ought to put a jack in there. Some guys do that. And then I thought, nah, I'll just leave it.
Al is asking here, 72 Norland era, as I recall correctly. Is that right?
I don't know. You have to look it up. Can you look it up?
Yeah. Lou Nordrum says that pickup looks just like the one on my sister's 1967 Epiphone Triumph. Yeah. Foxtrot says 16 or 17-inch bout.
17.
And
L5.
Yeah, we got that. Pat Evans is here. Hey, Pat.
Pat!
Jim asks, he says, I returned the Guild Benedetto signed Johnny Smith to Larry Thomas.
Oh, you did, huh?
Very cool axe. Love the one you're playing today. And then, let's see, there was one other question. Jim asked, would you consider running the input wire through the F-hole and route to a jack in the tailpiece? So you are considering that.
I am considering it.
That cord is weird. I mean, I've definitely never seen anything like that. And now it seems like it would be a pain to find cords that work, right?
Well, you got to make your own. I mean, this is that wire that you make your own cord, you know, that stuff. It's
with so many people just making their own cords these days, it's real convenient. Hold on, let me just grab my cord making gear and make a cord real quick.
Well, it's not that hard, Wes. Come on, man. So if you got a soldering iron, you can make a cord. So so it wouldn't hurt to have an extra cord in case you needed it. Something happened to it. Gibson was owned by Norland from 69 to 86. Okay, good.
There you go.
Know.
Thanks, Big Steve.
Big Steve. Big Steve. A big bad Steve.
I feel like the input on that thing is a little lower. Yeah.
Low? It could be. Could be a little lower.
Just on that fingerstyle piece, I had to like crank up the gain on that.
Yeah, and this is wide open, so you know it's probably a lower output pickup.
Yeah.
Tim Patchen, I noticed Tim. Hey, Tim. Tim's got a comment here. What does he say?
I had a Johnny Smith from First 100 made at the Corona factory signed, but no Johnny Smith label. He said feedback was horrible on that thing.
Yeah, I think I remember you having that guitar. By the way, Tim, I'm sorry you can't make the Jazz Fest. He was all signed up and ready to go, and Tim works with an organization called Guitars Not Guns, which we were really hoping he would be there for that. where they raise money to give kids guitars and get kids starting playing music. It's a great organization, and we'll still promote it at the fest. But we sure gonna miss you there, Tim. Tim's gonna have a little surgery, so whoopee. Okay, so yeah, see, mini jack on a George L cable, easy peasy. See what Rob said? Hey, Rob.
Well, yeah, but Rob's also a guy that like works on amps and makes crazy stuff. Like someone like me, I don't even know the first thing about how to make a chord. I mean, I know it's not all that hard, but for the time it would take me to make one, I could just buy one, you know, and work an extra hour and probably make more money.
Oh, there's that.
You know, it's time allocation here is
Gotcha.
yeah.
All right, so
It's like the same reason why you have like a cleaning lady. It takes a couple hours to clean your house.
we don't have a cleaning lady.
I have a cleaning lady
Well, you do.
because I'm smart and I don't want to clean.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe you ought to learn a little bit of responsibility to take care of your place.
My place is cleaner than yours.
No way.
Oh, there's less crap everywhere, that's for sure.
Well, I don't know. All right, so let's move on here. All right, so I sold that Guild X150. Did you know that, Wes?
Yeah.
And the Eastman 805.
Mm-hmm.
And the D'Angelico. Gone. Bye-bye. So, that's nice. Some people got some really nice guitars. The Jazz Fest's coming up, and yeah, we're really getting close, aren't we? 2 weeks? Really? God dang it.
Yeah.
I gotta start practicing.
Yeah, and there's still time to get tickets. You can go to jazzguitarfest.com, grab a ticket. Also, if you want to just come to the concerts each night, you can do that as well. It's going to be a good time. Got about 100 people there, so it's going to be awesome. We're looking forward to it for sure.
Yes. And if you don't come, are you gonna take some video?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. All right.
Don't make any promises.
I'm not.
Good.
Okay. So, yes, thank you, Patrick. One man's crap is dad's treasures. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, all those like fence slats out there that are like 3-4 of them. We're definitely going to use those later. Ryan Priester asks, does the larger headstock affect the balance or change the tone in any way?
I think it does. Everything affects the guitar on an Archtop. Everything. So the finish, the headstock, the bridge, the tailpiece, it all comes into play. So, you know, the guitar is the sum total of its components, and everything matters, even how you hold it. If you hold it like this and smother it. Isn't that weird? Do you notice that?
James Jazz said he had a beautiful 77 Johnny Smith, but the neck just kept moving. 2 to 3 times a week he was adjusting the neck, so he eventually sold it. It was frustrating because he couldn't use it on gigs.
That's weird.
Yeah, where do you live? Is the climate? Is it?
That's yeah, these necks are usually pretty dang stable.
How much work did you have to do on that one?
Well, not much. Just a just a truss rod. But my luthier friend Nate, he did the fret level on it.
Right.
So he said it wasn't much. He didn't take off hardly anything. Just a few were a little high, you know. That's all.
Yeah. And Nate is the luthier. He's going to be at the Jazz Guitar Fest. So bring your guitar. If you're coming, bring your guitars. He's got some great deals on setups and cleaning and
If you
anything
want
you
something
need.
done, yeah.
Yeah. So I sent an email out about it a little while ago. But yeah, if you're interested to come and bring your guitar, and if it needs work, he can bust it out for you there.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's good. All right, let's play another tune, shall we?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, we'll talk about that later.
Come on, buddy.
Okay,
Stay on
Blues
track.
for
Come on.
Alice. Let's do that. You know, I'm still on the A's and the B's. Do you realize how many songs are in the B's that start with B? Man, I'm finding more and more of them. And so here we are in the B's. We're going to do Bernie's tune, Bluesette, Blue Moon, Blues for Alice. Sheesh. Which shall we do, Wes?
You should just pick one and play it instead of
all
talking
right.
about it.
Okie doke. Bernie's tune. You might have to adjust everything.
All right.
That's a fun little ditty. Isn't that a fun little ditty?
Yeah, why don't you play that thing acoustically so people can hear what it sounds like without the
Okay,
mixing
here's
board?
what it
It's
sounds
by the way, it is plugged in straight to a mixing board, not into an amp.
It's actually got a really pretty tone. That's what it sounds like.
What's the neck profile like on that thing?
It's like a D.
Yeah, do you like it?
I like it. Yeah, it's thin. I like it. It's thin. I like it. And the radius feels pretty flat on it, so it's probably at least a 12-inch radius.
James says his 77 Johnny Smith was this interesting case with the neck. The neck was wide and thin. When I first played it, I thought, holy cow, a PRS wide flat neck. So is that not what you're experiencing on that one?
Yeah, it is. It is feeling a little flat, but you're talking about but yeah, it's a thin neck. And yeah, it's just really nice. Yeah, so it's beautiful. Beautiful guitar.
I love it.
I love it.
I love it.
Ay.
So you are going to sell that or not? Or what? Is it going to be on at the fest? What's going on?
I'm going to bring it to the fest if nobody buys it. Yeah, I'm going to sell it. I've got too many things. And so, although I'm still want to keep one of the guitars with a floater, so either this or the Artist Award. Those are the only ones I got with a floater.
Right.
I'd like to keep one of those. Gotta have that. I mean, I guess.
Yeah. William Milton just popped in.
William, what's happening, man?
Hey, buddy. Hopefully you're enjoying that 775. I'm sure you are. There's Joel. Joel just popped in too.
Joel.
What's up, buddy?
Look at Joel. You missed it all, man. You missed it. Okay, you have to back it up, and we just did a whole deal on this thing. So why don't we, when I was at the NAMM show, and I forgot to show people this, I bought this thing here. I don't know how guys can afford to go to the NAMM show, and they sell this little thing. It's called a thimble slide. But it's like $35, I think, $30 for this thing. I bought one, and the friend I was with bought one. And
that thing was $35. What?
It's a chunk of brass.
Wow. All right.
Anyway, you put it on your hand like this. And so now you can still play guitar. And still play, you can play.
Why are we doing this?
God, please, no! No! No!
What that thing is absolutely what for all the slide guitar that you play. Like,
Well, you never know. You never know when you might get a call to play.
I want to hear you play Bernie's tune and add like a
The
little
slide?
Yeah, yes, that would be interesting. Yeah. Wow.
You really outdid yourself.
Wow! Oh, wow! Okay. Oh, wow!
That was. Yeah, that's. I mean, it's interesting for sure. I don't know what.
I used
else
to have
say
one
about it.
called a jet slide, similar kind of thing, but you had to swing it around your hand to get it. But
Right. Yeah, Al said Rich is preparing for his Allman Brothers gig coming up.
that's right.
So, are you going to bring the slide to the festival?
No, but Bonnie Raitt's coming to Paso Robles. I want to go see her.
Oh, nice. Where? Vina Robles?
Yeah. Well, I went down to the drugstore. I'm gonna get me some Metamucil. Ease this sluggish mind. All right. Sorry.
What's that smell? Oh, that would be me. I've been swimming in raw sewage.
Okay. So,
All right. Never mind. Anyway, that I wanted to show that. I kept forgetting to show that.
James says that despite the troubles with his last Johnny Smith, he says, how much for that one? I need another Johnny Smith since I sold the 77. But you haven't put that on the website yet, so I'm guessing you're still trying to figure out the price. And when are you going to get that thing up there?
Really soon, like within the next 2-3 months.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I don't know. If you're really seriously interested in, give me an email. Shoot me an email, and I'll shoot you a number.
There you go.
Fair enough?
There you go, James. I'll put the email in the chat right now so you have it. So everyone has it. You can flood his inbox with
Yes.
spam. with memes. And,
Yeah, there you
and
go.
Funny.
All right. Jeez.
Oh, my God, that's funny.
It is funny. You should spam
That is
him.
funny. All right.
He doesn't check his email anyway, so.
So let's play another song on this.
Yeah, so let's play. Why don't you play?
I'm going to play a fingerstyle song.
Oh, okay.
And so we're still in the A's. I was looking at the thing, and, And I Love Her starts with an A. I don't know
Oh.
if you knew that.
No, that's new to me.
Isn't that a nice tune, right? That was Paul McCartney. I was thinking, I was playing a tune today, this morning, and I was thinking, oh, remember the tune This Boy? And I thought, what a great tune. So YouTube's great. You just punch in a song, and there you even get a video of the Beatles doing that. I was thinking, God, I miss the Beatles. I miss them. Gosh. Anyway, there you have it. That was In I Love Her. That's what it sounds like on this guitar. And again, you have to adjust the settings on the board. I think they're adjusted a little bit, aren't they, Wes?
Yeah, you adjusted them right before.
Yeah, I don't know what's pumped and what isn't, but
Mids and high, I believe.
oh really? And the bass, they all are, aren't they? Or?
A little bit. The low is pumped up pretty the most out of all of them. But
Roll back the high end, the highs a second, just to flat. Of course, we have the overhead as well.
yeah, here, play it again.
Isn't that a cool chord? Anyway,
All right. Well, why don't we compare that to the guild? So why don't we play a song that we can play on both of them,
alrighty.
and something that would be fitting for both, you know?
Like with a track?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I have planned Blues for Alice or Bluesette. Why don't we play Bluesette? And because those are in the B's.
Right.
So this is because I can't keep track of, I have a hard time keeping track of tunes. All right, here we go.
All right. That's yeah, that'll be a good song to compare. It's a good
Compare and
good choice.
contrast?
Yeah.
All right, so you have to remove that jack out of there.
Right. I just broke your cord.
Why would you do that? Did you?
That little springy thing.
Oh, that's.
All right, there you go. There it is.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
So Jerry says, "How about Wes? You and Wes play a duet together."
How about it? Come on.
Yeah. Have to learn something one of these days when I have time to actually play my guitar. That will be hopefully after the jazz festival. I can't wait to get this thing.
Over with.
Oh, I'm just so excited to not have to deal with this.
You know, I kind of feel the same way. But you know what? Then it's done, and then you think, God, I can't wait till, next year.
Well, it's going to be worth it. I mean, we've gotten a lot of people are going to be there. I mean, the place is going to be packed. It's going to feel.
You think so?
It's going to be fun. Yeah, I mean, the vibe is going to be killer. There's, that lodge is so cool, and it's just the whole place is awesome. And with a bunch, like 100 people cruising around, it's going to feel awesome, So don't miss out on the ultimate
Jazz hang.
guitar player hang. Yeah, so it's gonna be cool. But yeah, and then, well, one thing that I'm, we're taking a month off, and if we're doing it again, we need to start planning for next year now, so it's not so much,
Yeah.
That was the problem, is we threw this thing together in 3 months, and a festival like this probably needs more like 6 to 8 months. But this is going to be a great start for sure. Well, I mean, if you want more exhibitors there, that's the big
that's
problem.
true. Yeah,
It's not like we didn't sell a bunch of tickets, but like the exhibitors need time to work it into their budgets, and this quarter's already spent on all of ours. You're like, okay.
Yeah, I hear you. That's true. Okay, so hey Jerry, can you Wes unmute this?
Oh yeah.
Talk about low output. That's really low, isn't it?
Let me see.
Hey, can you shut the overhead?
Yeah.
Try this song again, I guess.
Yeah.
Damn it, this time I'm going to do it right.
Yeah, let's do it.
By the way, this is one of the songs that we're going to do at the camp this coming year.
Yeah, which I can talk about the camp right after this. Right after these messages from your local sponsor. Wait, what?
Hold.
This is Blue Set. Anderson's just asked what tune this was. Yeah, sounds like you're playing. That song's gonna be at the jazz camp. Sounds like you might need to take a few of those classes on it.
Well, the damn track is really too fast
Yeah.
for my thinking anymore.
So yeah, that overall, I think the Johnny Smith sounds better.
Really?
Yeah. Well, first off, they sound totally different, like 100% night and day difference. Two completely different animals there.
Really? And you because last week you liked this better. Better than
the L5.
than the L5,
it just,
yeah.
that sounds a little. I don't know. There was differences there. Like the L5 is warmer. That thing just has more character than the L5.
yeah.
But yeah, I think that Johnny Smith just feels or sounds a little more smooth, a little more easier on the ears. Yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yep. But yeah, if you guys are curious about what he's talking about with the camp, it's this. This isn't the jazz festival. This is another thing that we do in June, and it's a 5-day retreat in the mountains where you will learn all about jazz guitar and learn how to play a few tunes.
Yeah, and the other thing is you do a lot of performing and playing,
Right.
so and jamming and stuff. So unlike the fest where it's kind of going to be like lectures and what have you, but this is all hands on. You got your guitar when you go to class, and then we work on things and show you things.
Yeah. And then, yeah, like he said, the every night there's a concert type of thing, kind of live playing workshop where
Right.
you'll be in front of everyone at the camp, which is usually, 30 to 40 people, and you play the songs. And then it's just crazy to watch these guys get better, like
In a day.
in a day. Yeah, like after, the first night of the live playing workshop, they're a little nervous and stuff, and then by day 3 you're like, wow, he's freaking jamming now. And then at the end there's a actual concert where you play at this little winery wine tasting bar, and then
Right.
by the end then you're in front of a real audience with people bring their families, anyone can show up from the community, and it's super cool, definitely. So it gives you a lot of live playing experience,
Yeah, and
which is so important.
that's stuff you can't get out of a book.
Right.
That's the benefit of it.
Yeah. And
So-
then, like during the live playing workshops throughout the week, you'll have 3 teachers there, him, Mike Dana, and then the to be announced guest teacher who, like last year it was Bruce Foreman, year before Pat Kelly. So just
Yeah.
really awesome, another jazz teacher. And they kind of critique you on what, hey, you need to probably
Do this.
loosen up here, and seems like you were a little chunky right here, and, and gives you some like real-time feedback on the performance. So it's pretty invaluable, hard to get that experience anywhere else. And the feedback you really, unless you're taking like a college jazz band thing, like
Which you did.
yeah, for a little while. I
Right.
never played any like performances or anything. I think
Right.
I ended up dropping the class, to be honest, or just quit showing up or whatever.
I know.
Yeah,
With the Beatle bass.
yeah, it was a club Hofner club bass.
It sounded like those things sounded like a upright, man. This is pretty bad.
I want to get a Beatle bass because, man, for recording, those things are so good for recording.
Really?
Like they just give you, well, if you want to make your song sound a little more interesting in the bass, then hey, let's try a Beatle bass and see what that sounds like. And it just adds a whole new weird like vibe to the song. you wouldn't think that just changing a bass guitar would change the whole,
Yeah.
vibe
Oh,
of a song. But
absolutely.
when you add that, you're like, oh wow, this feels way different now. Like, cool. Just be good to have on hand if you are doing a lot of recording.
Yeah. Cool, man. Yeah. So, think about the workshop. So, I think it was Rob. Rob, you thinking about coming? When will I'm going to announce the tunes right now. So the A group, which is the most experienced group, we're going to do Alone Together. Every day we work on one song and we take jazz ideas and apply them to these songs. Bluesette, which we did, and we're not going to do it at that tempo. That's like, ouch. And then Ladybird. Group C shares a song with Group A as well as with Group C, but Group B is going to be doing Sugar, No Greater Love, and Ladybird. And then Group C is Blue Bossa, You'd Be So Nice to Come Home To, and No Greater Love. So I think we got a nice set of tunes, and I actually have a bunch of lessons on all of those songs. So anyway, yeah, it's going to be a fun time. So let's get through the Jazz Fest, and then but that's a beautiful flyer you made. And you pay one price. You get it's a room. Some guys refer to it as camp and stuff. You're not camping out. You're in a resort. So you get a nice hotel room. There's no TV.
Right.
There's no phone in the room. So what you have is a guitar and everybody's got their own bathroom. And then
That's all you need, a guitar and a bathroom.
yeah, really, get you coming and going.
But
And
you're
then
out in the woods too, so you don't technically even need the bathroom. You can,
you technically don't need the guitar then if you're out in the woods.
right. You build your own guitar.
Yeah.
You chop down a tree and build your own guitar.
Yeah. So you
You hunt like a raccoon or something to make the strings, and then it's just
and okay, so and then we all eat together at the dinner hall. We spend breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They have wonderful food there, and it's buffet style. But it's even if you're a vegetarian like Wes, you still got something.
oh,
to
they had
eat.
great meals for vegans. Yeah, it was awesome. I love
It does have electricity in the rooms.
Yeah, and there's Wi-Fi everywhere.
There's
and,
Wi-Fi,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's definitely, your cell phone works there as well.
That's right. Yeah.
But it's definitely fun. It's definitely a cool thing. I'm gonna put the link to it in the chat. And yeah, like you were mentioning, it's all inclusive. So you pay one price, you get your hotel, meals, and it's all wham bam done.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a few different pricing options and stuff like that. So you can even
If you share a room.
bring your RV.
You could bring your RV.
They have an RV hookup there, so if you wanted to, you have a
And it's a beautiful area. It's in the foothills of the Sierras on the way to Yosemite. It's beautiful.
So yeah, I'll drop that into the chat here.
Yeah, Richard Bishop, no phone, no light, no motor car, not a single luxury. No, there's you can bring your car. You don't have to hike there.
Yeah. And then there is plenty of hiking though to take
There
walks
is.
and stuff.
But you got to watch out for bear.
Yeah. And
It's-
then also too, it's jazz, guitar, and bass.
That's true.
So that's another thing is you're going to be getting to play with these bass players who are also learning the same tunes. And so it's a pretty cool dynamic there. So if you have a bass player buddy that you want to bring along, you guys share a room, cut some costs, and learn a ton. Todd Johnson's an insane bass player.
Yep.
Yeah.
Judy Garland's got a question here, Wes.
Mm-hmm.
Does your dad play using positions, or does he know the progression so well that his hands immediately fall? Yes, to all of the above.
God, you give the worst answers. Like that was like a serious question that she
Well, it's
wants
true.
to know. But, like,
I know
well,
the progressions really well.
you elaborate now and then. Like, yes, all of the above.
Okay.
Back to you.
Well, okay,
Like,
so
come on,
so the
jackass.
hey, watch it, buddy. You know, there's a B flat chord, and here's a D7. So that's the second chord. So and or a D7 might be here. So you kind of play with it. You go, and now you want a D7, a G to C7, F minor to B flat 7, E flat minor, D flat minor, B, C minor, and then the turnaround is anyway, yeah, so that's a tricky tune. It's a tricky tune, so it's got a lot of changes. And so, can you hear the chords change when I solo? Now listen. I'm sorry, I got distracted. But if you heard the chords change, then you know you're playing a good solo.
Jason Vider says, "Dear Lord, he calls them as he plays. It's like watching guitar football." That's a good one. There is a couple questions here. Joel had mentioned or asked earlier.
Hi, Joel.
What the nut width is on the Johnny Smith.
Well, Joel, this is why I told you.
Is the JS 1 3/4 at the nut?
Yes.
And then he's asking as well, solid or laminated top.
Solid.
Right. And then Anderson is asking the guild, laminate or carved?
Carved.
Got it. I think that's yeah. Those were 3 quick questions there. Yeah, and I also just put the link to the guild in the chat. If you're interested in buying it, it's for sale. You can go see the price and see some more pictures on it there.
Yeah. Right on. Right on.
Yeah. Let's see what else. Also, too, I talked to Patrick Moniz yesterday.
Yeah.
He's bringing 15 or so guitars that are like those
Really?
cooler low end guitars, man. He says he's got 3 or 4 Samics. He's bringing LaSalle's. He's got some Epiphones. He's got this other brand which I hadn't heard of, like it's called Pedigree or Protege or something like that. He said they're really nice. He's got some Peerless guitars. I think I asked him to bring his. He's got a Godin. He's bringing. So if you're interested in buying a guitar at the Jazz Guitar Fest, bring some extra money or bring your card, because this guy's gonna have some cool guitars for under $1,000 that are really, really hard to find. Like those Samics, Try finding one of those. And his are brand new. They're brand new in the box still. And I was like, wow, like you're gonna sell those at the jazz, I guarantee. So
Interesting.
yeah, so that's gonna be fun.
Not to mention the luthiers there, like Sontag and
LHT, yeah.
LHT guitars, man. Oh gosh, I thought he was going to send us one to preview here.
Yeah, I'd never got back to him. I've been.
Well, get with it.
Well, it's too late now. But I was just thinking,
Why?
because it's 2 weeks away. Like we've had guitars to feature every week for the last, several weeks.
We could do it next week.
But I mean, I'll reach out to him. But I was thinking we could just grab it from him after the festival too, and just take it back with us here and do a feature on it, and then send it back to him. So I don't know. We'll see.
Right.
I'll ask him about it. But yeah, and
All
we
right,
only
well,
have 1 week left because I thought that on the 29th we're not going to do a live stream. That's what I've been told, at least.
Okay, well, let's talk about it some more. But yeah, you're probably right about that.
Yeah, so we got
One more
essentially
live stream.
one more live stream before the festival, but
So he's got a week to get it here.
right.
All right.
So I don't know, but yeah, it was low on my list for sure. Let's see. Does anybody have any other questions here? If so, fire them away. Or if I missed one of yours, let me know. Yeah, they kind of scroll past me for sure.
Why don't we get out? I wanted to show this one again.
Sure.
This guitar, it's a 66 175, and the darn thing, I had it, I went to take it to a guitar show, and I said to myself, don't lock the combination latch. Don't lock that. So I pack up the guitar, put it in there, and I locked it. And it has been in there now for a month. And I finally yesterday, I've looked at all the YouTube videos on how to get that and how to break the code and get that thing out of there. None of them worked. None of those videos worked. They worked great on the videos on how to do it, but I could not do it. So yesterday I took out my Sawzall and sawed it off. So I finally got this thing out of the case. Boy, this thing feels like a toy compared to those. It's so little.
Huh. You use the Sawzall, huh?
I did, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I mess around and saw the damn thing out. And so that didn't take long then.
Right.
Just irked me. All these videos. Oh yeah, we'll show you how to break the combination on this. And yeah, I could not do it. So this is a 66.
And that one, that is for sale, right?
Yeah.
You didn't sound too sure about that. Yeah.
What I like about them? They're all for sale. I don't know when though.
Well, is it up on the site?
No.
Huh.
Is this coming through?
No, sorry. Here you go. There you go. Nice work. Crowd loved that one.
They did, yeah. Thank you.
Robin asked, what are the differences between that 175 and an ES 165?
175 has an extra pickup, the bridge pickup. That's the only difference I can see. The 165 is gold hardware. That's about it. 165 says Herbelis on it. So, by the way, I am getting in a 165 as well. So I just talked to a student who is needs some. Well, he's going to have surgery, needs a little cash, and so I'm going to get his guitar. So there you have it.
Speaking of surgery, Jason Viter said he has a kidney for sale if you want to trade for that guitar.
Really?
Yeah. So
Left or right?
yeah, I don't know. I think it's probably up to you.
Can you flip a kidney around? Does it matter?
I'm sure you cannot. Yeah.
How big is a kidney, anyways? Are they like a kidney bean, or they're bigger like this, aren't they?
It is an organ in your body. It is not the size of a bean.
Yeah, I get that, but how big is it?
Not the size of a bean.
I get that. I know that. I said it's
Just because it's a kidney bean doesn't mean that's the size
I get
of a kidney. But yeah, just making sure you knew that. I don't know. I would say a kidney is probably about this big. It fits in the side of your stomach on both sides.
Look it up,
Yeah.
Wes. No, that's all right.
Yeah, because that'd be a good use of our time here to look up the size of a kidney.
Anyway, yeah. So this 175 has been shot over with lacquer to preserve it a little bit, but it's in gorgeous shape. It's got a reissue. I mean, I don't know if that's, I mean, it looks so pretty. This has got to be replaced parts, I would think. But it's got a, it's a PAF, you know, with the black label that, you know, reissue. Or it's not a patent pending, but a patented PAF, you know, so. But by the way, you know, all you just single guys, okay? So Wes, get this, okay? I know you go to nightclubs to meet girls, so you know, here's a great pickup line when you go over and you want to start a conversation with the lady at the bar. You say, "So what do you like better, P90s or PAF?" It's a good pickup line. What do you think? Do you think that's funny?
No, I don't.
Oh, God, please, no! No! No!
No. No, not at all.
You know, okay, so I took my guitar over to the luthier. I wanted to change the string spacing on it. And this guy is kind of a crazy dude, man. He's kind of a crazy guy. And anyway, he does wonderful work. I got it back, but I had to go through this big long conversation. The guy, but hey, it's a nut job. Or he's a nut job. What a great nut job. How's that? Is that a good joke?
No. I mean,
No.
it could work, but the setup there was pretty.
Bad setup.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just-
bad setup.
You gotta have the time. You you definitely need work on your comedic timing there for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. If you like that joke, let me know and I'll work on it. Because I got to get some jokes for the Jazz Fest.
Yeah, that one. I don't know. Try again.
Okay, well, I had some other ones. Now I can't remember it. You know, there's the one, you know. How about
Like
this?
the pickup line one, like same thing. It's like you drew it out too long, and it was like,
Okay,
"Hey,
so.
what are you getting at here? Like, just say the frickin' joke."
Okay. What? Okay. All right. You single guys, if you want to meet girls in the bar, here's a great pickup line. Hey, what do you like better, P90s or PAFs? How's that?
That's
A little better, maybe?
Do you have liver vomits at home?
You're not bringing that thing to Jazz Fest, are you?
yeah. I'm just gonna walk around with this thing that has a button, and like sometimes I just can't. I just can't.
You should have seen the look on my friend's face when I told her this guy at a bar was showing me his Parker Fly. Now that's funny.
I don't know, Danielle. That's still a bit questionable there. I mean, it's funnier than his. I'll give you that. But yeah, I don't know.
You know, I was at the bar and this girl came over to me and said, "My gosh, you got a body like a god, Buddha." That's funny, isn't it?
No. No, it's not.
Okay, never mind. never mind. I can only take so much abuse.
You inflict the abuse on yourself. It's like you set yourself up just to, yeah, I don't know. It's not good. Lachlan did have a question a while back here.
Lachlan, what's happening, man?
He said, learning tunes, start with arpeggios?
Sure, yeah. Like bluesette, it would be like this. And then minor 7 flat 5. E flat.
Yeah. Anyway, so you got you want to get that Johnny Smith back out?
Yeah, let's get it back out, shall we?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna probably sell this. This is a nice little guitar. Yeah, they're not making any more 66s. This has got a 9/16 nut width. So just beware. Johnny,
Yeah.
come on, Johnny.
Those older ones too that are going for just an arm and a leg on
I know.
reverb, man. Or at those guitar shows with that one guy had like a 62 or something like that, and it was like
20 grand. So
yeah, 15 grand or something crazy. So, I mean, some of those prices at the guitar shows are like, I
right.
mean, automatically just knock $3,000 off the top of that price, you know.
Yeah.
If you were going to a guitar show to buy a guitar, I would absolutely be like, "Oh, that guitar is 12 grand, huh? Cool, I'll give you 7,500." They'll probably be like, "All right, well, how about 8?" Okay.
Well,
Because there's no
depends on
way.
how desperate he wants to sell it.
Yeah, I mean, there's no.
Those guys don't go to guitar shows generally to sell guitars, believe it or not. They go there to buy them and trade them.
Right.
Remember the Lightning Joe joke?
Yeah, no, that was a funny joke.
Was it?
Yeah.
You tell it.
God, I can't remember. I don't know how it goes exactly, but it was like the way it goes at a guitar show is like there was this guy and he bought a horse, and I can't tell it. I don't know that. A guy and he buys a horse and then sells it to this other guy, and this other guy says great, and then he comes along and a few years later, and the guy needs a horse, and he's like, "Oh, hey, I got this horse," and it's the same horse that he sold him to, and he's like, "Okay, I'll sell it to you for this price." Adds a couple $1,000s to it, and the guy buys it back, and then a few years later, the other guy comes on, "Hey, man, I need a horse. You know, I need to get a new one," and he's like, "Okay, well, I got this one, and it's the same one." And he's like, "I'll sell it to you, sure." But he adds a couple more $1,000s to the price of the horse. And he's like, "All right, great, I'll take it." And then that happens 3 or 4 times. And then the guys finally are like, "Well, gosh, you know, we both made so much money off this horse," after selling it back and forth to each other. And that's how it kind of goes with those guitar shows. These guys buy these guitars from each other and sell it back and buy it again, and the price is up, sell it back, and buy it.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh man, we both made so much money on this guitar." You need to give me that cord. To
Oh,
plug in.
what'd you throw it over here? What'd you do?
Well, it just fell down, and then you were like dragging that thing in.
Here, hold on. Hold on.
So there was a request for Black Orpheus. That's in the blue. I don't know if you were planning to play that, but I can't remember.
Well, I played it a couple of weeks ago because I call it a day in the life of a fool.
And then Jim is asking what key for You'd Be So Nice to Come Home To.
A minor.
For the jazz guitar workshop.
Yeah. What key does most coal miners play in after a cave-in? A flat minor. That's bad. That's not even funny.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're realizing that.
I give up.
Yeah, good call. This is now I'm seeing some growth here.
Oh, Blue Bossa. We were going to play Blue Bossa today. All right, let's play it. Here we go. Ready?
Now this is really exciting. This is next level, guys.
Wait a minute. All right.
So there's a alert that just came through on the chat here.
Yeah?
An alert from Lou Nordrum says, we just learned that our youngest daughter will be here the weekend of the 2nd, so we're not going to make it to the Jazz Fest. Anyone want our hotel room?
Oh, wow.
It's a 2-room suite. So
Oh,
if
man,
you,
sorry you can't do that.
yeah, that's a
Bring her
bummer.
along.
Yeah, but gosh, if you want to maybe put your email in the chat or something like that, Lou, that might be helpful. And if anybody, if you're free on the weekend of the 1st through 3rd, and you want to take Lou up on that offer, you guys need to get in touch, because then you'll just got to buy your ticket and figure out, maybe get a really good deal on a hotel room. It's a nice hotel too, and obviously he's got a sweet room too. Get it? Sweet.
Yeah. Pun. What's your pun? A pun.
I liked Sean Monson's comment here. He says the first step is recognizing that there's a problem. So yeah.
That's funny.
Richard Stonstius, he's here too. He's joining us from South Illinois, and he's what chord do you hear at church?
Yeah, the holiest chords of all, Jesus us.
Yep, there you go. Yeah, unfortunately that joke has been about as worn out as
Well, I
my
was thinking,
shoes.
what's the difference between a blues player and a jazz guitar player? The jazz guitar player wears a beret, and the blues player wears a fedora. Yeah, everybody thinks you're going to say the jazz player plays 1,000 chords in front of 3 people. Right? But you see how I tripped it up?
God, it's getting painful. Man.
That's it. I've had it with this dump. Our pets' heads are falling off.
Lou
Lou.
said, sad part is that Rich worked real hard to talk my wife into going. He was
Yeah, that's right.
at the guitar show in San Rafael.
Well, Lou, you can cancel your room, right? Can't you?
Yeah, not sure about that.
Yeah. Bummer. I was looking forward to you guys meeting Gail. So anyway. But, well, if things change, just come on over.
Yeah, and yeah, like I said, if you want to, you can even email us too, and we can maybe send it out to some people who might not have a room yet, or something like that. So let us talk about that a little longer. Give us a call or whatever, and we can help you get rid of it if you can't get your money back. But yeah.
Yeah. That's right. I did work real hard on talking to Suzanne about coming to the fest. I didn't work that hard on it. But anyway, she was going to come. So, Wes, we're kind of winding down here, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Any last minute topics anybody wants to talk about?
Yeah, anybody, if you have a last minute question, let us know for sure. Also want to put the word out about Jazz Guitar Accelerator. We got a couple graduates right in the next couple weeks, so we're gonna have a couple slots opening.
I think we have a couple discovery calls this week, right?
Yeah, we got 3. So yeah, people are wanting to join, and if you're wanting to join, now is the time to go to jazzguitaraccelerator.com and click on Discovery Call. Pick a time that works for you, and we'll jump on a Zoom call to chat about it. It is an awesome one-on-one jazz guitar coaching program that is very, very unique. So if you want to get good fast, that is the way to do it right there. So
Right.
learn a lot of stuff and stop searching around YouTube for stuff to play. Then there you go. That's the ticket.
Right. Right on.
Yeah.
Right on.
Thanks for adding something to that. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Right on. Yeah. Yeah. Ditto. Yeah.
Hilarious.
So, yeah,
So
we've got.
funny.
Thank you, Wes. Thanks. Yeah. Accelerators go, and you know what? We got to start that master class. That's what we really need to do.
All right. Sean Monson does have a question here. What mode do you find yourself using the most?
Depeche. I like the Bolognian mode. Actually, this, modes, it's not so much how you play a mode on the guitar, it's how you interpret a chord. So if I take a look at a C minor chord and I say, okay, that's 2 of B flat, I would play in the key of B flat, and that would give me a Dorian sound. If I look at that chord and say, oh, well, I'm going to interpret it now as the 3 chord. So now it's Phrygian. Or if I look at it and I say, oh, okay, wait a minute, I'm going to make that part of in Aeolian mode, so that would be based off the 6. So E flat, the E flat scale. Most of the time, you're playing on the Dorian mode for a minor chord. Okay. So, then it, so that's that. Modes are a nice way maybe to learn the fretboard, but other than that, I don't think it's so much. Don't get hung up in all those mode things. So let's play this little tune. It's called "My Little Suede Shoes," and then we'll end it. You guys think of something to say at the end, and let's. This is the Johnny Smith. Somebody saying, "What Gibson is this?" Jeez.
There we go. Look out.
Is this turned on, Wes? Here it comes. don't know why it didn't. I can't take it anymore. It didn't stop.
You don't know why it didn't stop.
Why? Why? You still had like
Yeah.
10 more minutes to go on this thing. Jeez. I think that was a practice track for our workshop guys.
Yeah.
Okay, well, hey guys, don't forget to give Wes a tip. If you like what he does with all these camera shots and promotion and all this stuff, it would really be nice if you found it in your heart to give him a little tip. The tips I give him, he doesn't really care for.
Yeah, they're just not doing much for me. But yeah, you guys have been really generous, and I appreciate all of you guys. It's definitely fun coming in here and
Yeah.
doing the show every week. It's a lot of work, though, for sure. Well, I mean, just wrangling this guy is a lot of work. So
What? So, yeah, anyway, thank you guys for joining us. And, yeah, give Wes a tip if you get a chance. I think that it should be, the link should be in the descriptions
it's
there.
in the chat as well.
Oh, great.
And yeah, just again, don't forget that still got 2 weeks left. Tomorrow will mark the 2-week countdown for the Jazz Fest, and yeah, we still got tickets. So if you're thinking about coming, don't miss out. And again, single night concert tickets. If you're close by, you want to just come up for one night, catch the concert, hang out in Cambria, you can still come and check out all the gear and stuff. If you're interested in buying a guitar, something
right.
like that,
Yeah.
come up, check out the gear room, go to the concert, wham bam, buy a guitar, check out some Eastmans.
Yeah.
There's going to be a bunch of stuff in there. Try out a Henriksen amp if you've been thinking about buying a Henriksen amp.
Yeah.
He's going to have them there, and
Try those out.
try them out with your guitar, so you can't beat it. And yeah, the website right here, Jazz Guitar Fest.
JazzGuitarFest.com.
Yep.
See you next week, guys. Thanks for joining us. Remember, this is your live stream. You don't show up, we won't either. Talk to you soon.